coming to the ring here for the second K-Series title. This will be in the 145-pound division. Freddy Cardenas out of King's Combat, with Dave Moy bringing him to the ring. King's Combat, no strangers to anybody who's familiar with the New York Muay Thai scene. We've got professional fighters such as Brian Burgos, and just they have such a strong camp out of there, and you always know you're in for a great fight when you see them. He will be facing off for that title with Bryan Guerrero out of Striking 101. The sensei Jonathan Ruiz, his trainer. You see Diego Yegazar with him. Guerrero, 5'9", usually fights at 135. In our first K-Series in January, moved up to 140. Now he's stepping up to 145, and he wants the title at this weight. He said, I'm here to prove that at any weight, any time, meet me in the middle, and we'll see who comes out on top.
He's got a little swag going on. He's got a big team with him. Lots of people in the crowd here to see him. And yesterday at weigh-ins, I was impressed with his composure. He had something of a camera crew following him around at weigh-ins, videoing his every move, and he seemed comfortable there. So, bright future for both of these fighters.
To get this K-Series 145-pound title fight going, we will go to Mike Falvo for the official announcement.
The action continues, ladies and gentlemen, for K-Series Kickboxing for our second championship fight of the evening. It is for the K-Series 145-pound championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing King's Combat, Freddy Cardenas. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, representing Striking 101, Bryan Guerrero.
Gentlemen, we're going over the rules. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my commands at all time. Let's have a clean and fair fight. Touch him up.
Eyes are locked as they start off this title bout. 5 rounds.
5 2-minute rounds here. 145-pound division for the K-Series title. Liam Tarrant and LG Pinnell joining you here at the K-Series, and they are starting out quick. There is no feeling out round here.
Heavy leg kicks from Freddy starting the fight off.
Bryan Guerrero from the red corner, Freddy Cardenas from the blue corner.
Lots of knees, a little bit of clinch action as the referee separates them. Reminds them that this is the K1 rules, where clinch is not permitted. Quick leg kick there by Bryan. Freddy seems very heavy-handed. He's comfortable with planting his feet and throwing his hands very hard.
Nice quick low kick. Those low kicks from Cardenas are going to add up. No shin guards in play here. Is there a minor cut on the nose of Cardenas? I can't quite see it from here.
I saw some light reflecting off of it. I couldn't tell if it was blood or Vaseline.
I'll tell you, Cardenas is landing those leg kicks with impunity. Guerrero not quite responding quick enough to them or getting a response off. Those will add up over time, especially considering this could be a 5-round fight.
So much action already here in the first minute of the round. You can hear the crowd getting excited.
Cardenas pushed back up against the ropes, regains his composure.
Good knee to the body there from Bryan.
Referee Marcelo Varela breaking them up, gets the action going again. You can see Guerrero starting to block those low kicks.
There's just a different level of intensity when there's a title on the line. When one person is going to go home with a belt and the other isn't, tensions just tend to be a little higher. And the crowd can feel it.
You can feel the I was going to say you can definitely feel the energy between these two.
So what you see being indicated by the referee here is that when you throw a knee, you can't grab with both hands and pull your opponent in with both hands into that knee. Under K1 rules, you can only grab with one hand behind the neck or around the waist to pull in for a knee. That's actually a huge rule difference between K1 rules and Muay Thai. It's very important in Muay Thai to be able to have control of your opponent's hips and shoulders. So by grabbing with 2 hands, you're giving yourself quite the advantage there of being able to control your opponent.
Huge difference that can be. And I think that really lends itself also to the pace and the intensity we see in these K1 rules matches, where it's a higher pace. There's not as much of a chess match, or it doesn't slow down as much to get into the clinch. And as they like to say in the Netherlands, if it ain't Dutch, it ain't much. They're big fans of that fast speed, high intensity. And that's what we get here at the K-Series.
There's so much excitement in the room right now. These gentlemen have worked for so long, knowing that the title would be on the line this evening, and they've only got 8 more minutes to claim it.
4 rounds to go, and there's a lot of punishment getting doled out already. Guerrero from the red corner, Cardenas from the blue.
I really like the way that Freddy Cardenas blocks those kicks with his shin. That's such an effective way to block kicks, especially when there aren't shin guards. You don't want to be eating a kick on your leg, and you don't want to be reaching down to grab it, as we've seen a little bit this evening. But when you block it traditionally with your shin, it's very effective, and sometimes it can even hurt your opponent. If they throw their kick hard enough, your block can hurt their shin.
You're starting to see some redness and some welts come up on the left lead leg there of Bryan Guerrero. And that really emphasizes your point there, LG, why it's so important to block those kicks.
And again, damage is king to the judges. They're looking to see signs of damage, whether that's the head flying back, stumbling, losing balance, or redness and bruising.
I think that game plan was enacted early by Cardenas to land those low kicks, and he has been continuing to do so through this second round with 1 minute remaining. Nice pair of kicks.
Punching power
Guerrero.
comes from the legs. Despite it being an upper body weapon, you're planting on the floor, pushing off of the floor with your legs, and throwing all of your weight into your punches. So if you take someone's foundation and their legs away, they actually lose power in their hands.
And we're starting to see here the switching stance. And Guerrero's starting to look a little stiff on that left leg. Are you feeling that?
He actually switched his stance just a moment ago. He's now standing southpaw. I wonder if that's as a consequence of those leg kicks. He's even holding that left hand in tight. That kind of is a tell that you're hurting on that side of your body, whether it's to the leg or the body.
Cardenas' low kicks are just so fast coming in there.
Good hook there by Freddy Cardenas as well.
End of the second round. That's a great point you made there, LG, about how if you take the legs out, you don't have that power to push off for the punches. So you're not just affecting his ability to kick or his ability to raise the leg to block. You're also affecting everything.
That's right.
His punches, his movement. If
Yep.
he can't get out of the way, I think Cardenas has been doing an excellent job using that low kick, and we've seen that so often from the guys at King's Combat. Dave Moy, such an experienced coach. You see him there in the corner speaking to Cardenas. Guerrero in his corner.
A game plan like that, where you're like, okay, we're going to attack the legs. We may not be landing as much headshots in the first round, but we're going to be patient and take their foundation away. That's such a long-term game plan that I think is so wise at a weight class like this, where things often go the distance. And like we talked about, taking their foundation away, we talked about that, taking the power away from the puncher who's getting hit to the legs, but it also takes their defense away. They're so worried about getting hit on the leg again that they don't see the jab coming their direction.
And I'll tell you from experience, you keep getting hit in that same spot over and over. Every time you get hit, it's like a shot to the brain. It just starts shutting you down, and you're like, it's the only thing you can think about.
I liked what I just saw from Bryan Guerrero. He's throwing a lot of big hands as well as knees. He got caught with something, and he looked at his opponent, shook his head as is to indicate, that didn't hurt me. I've done that myself in a fight. It's rather uncharacteristic of me, but I think it was to convince myself that it didn't hurt as much as my opponent.
A little bit of showmanship in there. Convince your opponent, convince the judges. It might have hurt you, but you can't show that it did, because, hey, that's showbiz, baby.
Absolutely. The poker face is so important. Not only can it discourage your opponent, wow, I'm landing everything in the kitchen sink against my opponent, but nothing's hurting them, but it also shows the judges that you aren't hurt.
That looked like that. right uppercut from Guerrero seemed like it really stumbled Cardenas there for a second.
It was so tight, and what was important about it was that his elbow was right underneath his knuckles. That bone alignment is where the power comes from. He can shoot up from his hip. He's looking to land it again here as they're tight.
He's really been applying that uppercut well in this round.
It just slid right up between Freddy's guard. Nice long jab there from Freddy.
Seems like Guerrero is really coming back. Oh, very vicious left hook there from Guerrero.
What a beautiful combination. He started off with a feint, came up high, and now he's shooting that lead uppercut. That's more of an up jab as well. An interesting weapon to use.
We've seen that solid left hand from Guerrero before. Whether it's in the orthodox stance as a jab or a southpaw as a power hand, he is vicious with his left hand.
That was a great round for Bryan Guerrero.
Guerrero told us, none of my opponents can get past my jab. Straight punches lead my dance.
We're entering the championship rounds now. This is really where you want to turn up the gas. You want to be in, you may have started off the first and second round, second and third gear. You want to be in the fourth gear at this point. You really want to be pushing forward, making a statement to the judges, and telling them, now that we're entering the championship rounds, this is my territory because I'm the champion.
You see both corners speaking to their fighters. You see Diego Yegazar in the corner of Bryan Guerrero. Freddy Cardenas with Dave Moy there. But now, as you said before, we are in the championship rounds for this K-Series 145-pound title. And folks, if you want to follow this action further, you can follow us at rfc.promotions. Follow the hashtag K-Series. Fourth round, 2 minutes to go in this round.
I love the feints that I see from Bryan. He's eating a couple more of those leg kicks, but now he's returning them.
Ooh,
great 1-2 by Bryan as well.
Guerrero's boxing has really come to the forefront in that last round, and it seems like he aims to do more of the same in this one.
I think his adjustment for dealing with those leg kicks is that he slides right out of range, just like he just did right now. He slides right out of range. Freddy's momentum continues on through the leg kick, and then he jumps back into range to land boxing. Great body shots and up to the head with another right uppercut.
Nice change in levels there from Guerrero. And they are exchanging kicks here as they go. Guerrero with that solid jab coming out there. Catching Cardenas with the right hand. Cardenas goes to the other lead leg. He is trying to take the foundation away from that house, but Guerrero is convincing me anyway, he is not planning on slowing down anytime soon. Nice body shot from Guerrero.
I think Freddy is getting accustomed to, oh my goodness, as soon as Bryan enters, his hands start to fly. So every time Bryan starts to move forward, you see Freddy's hands go up into a high guard, and he looks to land leg kicks on the base leg of Bryan as he moves forward to take his base out from under him.
You could see that lead leg flinch inwards as Cardenas landed that last one.
We've got 10 seconds left in this round. That was a big head shot there from Bryan Guerrero.
This almost feels like a race against the clock where Cardenas is trying to get that damage to that leg to take effect, but Guerrero is trying to apply those punches.
You're exactly right. The leg kick game plan that we've seen from Freddy has been effective so long as Bryan hasn't adjusted and moved back. But what we just saw there at the end of the round was that every time Bryan stepped forward where his weight would be on that front leg, Freddy was able to try to attack it with a leg kick, which kind of repelled Bryan from being able to let his hands fly, though he had quite a bit of success with them.
The fifth and final round we are getting ready to enter. 2 minutes remain in this fight before we have a new 145-pound K-Series champion.
This is where the excitement from the coaches comes. You've been fighting for a minute. You've heard some advice from your cornermen, but now your coaches are probably telling you, hey, this is what's going to take the title home. Give me all you've got.
This is it. What is it that you said before, LG? Empty the clip.
That's right. No reason not to when there are only 2 minutes on the clock and a title on the line.
2 minutes left here. Cardenas in the blue. Guerrero from the red corner. Ooh, solid hand there from Guerrero, right hand.
I liked that he slid out of range as soon as he finished landing it. Beautiful uppercut cross there.
Cardenas with another nice unanswered low kick.
I've loved seeing the adjustment of Bryan Guerrero as he gets accustomed to feeling out how to get past those legs. It's been a learning experience here in the ring tonight, and you can tell.
Absolutely. And Guerrero doing a great job of adjusting, changing his game plan, coming in and trying to apply his power in the hands. But Cardenas is not going anywhere.
Good shin block there by Guerrero. That's maybe the first one I've seen of the evening. And it was beautifully blocked. Oh, man, whenever they push up against each other like that, I can just feel the exhaustion in them whenever both weights are being pushed forward. It's like hitting a brick wall. Exhausting.
That right hand seemed to stumble Cardenas a little bit.
Was it an uppercut?
I believe it was a right hook. It was tough to see from this angle. It was blocked by the corner.
Bryan has meant business with those hands all night long.
Yeah, he is dangerous with the hands.
Beautiful setup for that big cross again. He's letting his hands fly.
30 seconds remain. LG, you noted before, closing out a fight and a round, you don't want to have your back against the ropes.
Especially here at the end of the round. And a championship round, no less.
Nice, solid 1-2 from Guerrero. 11 seconds left.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's in the shape of a belt. Which man will take it? A little bit of a slip there as he tried to throw a high kick. And the fight's over.
That will be the end of the fight. What a blistering affair that was.
A lot of confidence coming from the Bryan Guerrero corner.
Wow, that was a tremendous amount of headshots that Cardenas is able to absorb and keep coming forward. And Bryan Guerrero, it speaks also the strength of his quads there, being able to absorb that much punishment, and the strength of his will and heart to keep going forward and didn't seem to let it slow him down one bit. We are going to see here how the judges have it and who will take this K-Series 145-pound title home with them.
We see Jess with K-Series in there holding the title that will soon be wrapped around one of these gentlemen's waists.
For more thrilling bouts like this, follow us at rfc.promotions and follow the hashtag K-Series to keep up with all the news and upcoming events. And we go to Mike Falvo for the official championship decision.
And now, let's give these two a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for 5 amazing rounds of kickboxing. And now, after 5 hard-fought rounds of kickboxing action, we go to the judges' official scorecard. All 3 judges have scored the fight in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, and the new
Bryan Guerrero steps up in weight to 145 pounds and claims this title.
Bryan Guerrero.
Bryan Guerrero proving what he told us he wanted to any weight class, anytime. He will meet anyone in the middle of the ring, and we'll see who comes out on top. Celebrating with a striking 101 crew there. Guerrero caught those low kicks early, changed his game plan, came back, he recalculated, he recalibrated, and now his victory has been consummated.
He did such a good job adjusting, and he ended the fight so well, so strong, and with a great poker face.